back to the channel. So today we're going to be unboxing this HSP cooler intake for this 2004 and a half LLY DURAMAX. So without further ado, let's dig into this package and see what comes with this. I ordered a white powder coated one, so I'm going to throw in some fresh gloves and open this thing. Okay guys, so what you see here is a HSP colder intake. The reason why I went with this kind of colder intake is because I read some good reviews about it. Like this little box, it keeps away all the hot air and just right here, this is where the motor is, so the hot air can't come in, and all the cold air from like the front under the wheel could come in, and your truck could get the coldest air it can. Everything's nice and powder coated, no scratches. And here should be my air filter. So without further ado, let's remove the old one. Alright guys, so what you see here is my old intake. It's like a Banks filter. It comes inside because this has a Banks 6-gun tuner on it. Because when you have a tuner on your truck, it's better to have a colder intake because it's better for the motor. So what you're going to do, the first thing you're going to do is unscrew some hose clamps. Okay, so what I'm going to start off is with removing 2 size 8s, the hose clamps. Get this piece off right here, and then I'm going to work on this to get this off. Okay, I'm just going to use this size 8 with this little tool to get those hose clamps off. Okay, and this should just slide right out. Like this. Boom. 2 hose clamps. This slides right out. I recommend going to Harbor Freight and grabbing one of these. Not sure what they're called, but there's a bunch of specialty like wrenches, so you can unscrew bolts like these. Because you're gonna have to take the sensor off right there. So next thing you're going to want to do is just pull this thing right up when you got both of the bolts unscrewed. So just pull on it like that. It comes right out. Set it aside because it is going to go into your HSP cooler intake. So that just pops right out like this. And there is this clip that just goes into one of those holes. There's a few of them. So just pull it right up. And this is what the air filter looks like. Goes in there. Okay, so that was pretty easy. This thing's ready to go in the truck, but what I want to do is kind of clean up this whole area with some degreaser because I don't want any dirt, you know, in the background of a nice, beautiful, just powder coated HSP cooler intake. So let's just clean everything up. Okay, so everything is looking a lot better than it was. A lot cleaner at least. Now let's install this cooler intake and try not scratching anything. That bracket right there is going to bolt down in there by those 3 bolts. Alright, I'm going to paint up the tip of these bolts just so they look better in the white. So, while those bolts are drying, I'm going to put in the shield right here. Just do that nice and carefully so it don't scratch it. So next thing you're going to want to do is put this into the housing of the motor. I'm not sure what that's called, but make sure you slide this clamp on and then just push it in there. Pretty simple, just like that. And then tighten that clamp. So what you're going to want to do is just thread these bolts in by hand as far as you can, and then just use one of these size 10s wrenches. Alright, so I just screwed down these bolts nice and tight. Next thing you're going to want to do is put that tube in. Just make sure you put it in the right way. And so just take these Allens out, stick the sensor in like this, and put this cover on, and it's done. Alright, so when you're just normal driving, you kind of build some boost. You could definitely hear the colder intake, how it unspools. It's a lot louder, sounds really nice too. I could feel the difference too, because this colder intake adds about 22 horsepower and 50 foot-pounds of torque, so it definitely does something to your truck. As you guys saw me just doing a little burnout there. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I definitely enjoyed installing this colder intake. And if anyone's wondering what I have done to this truck, so everything's stock otherwise than this colder intake and this Bank 6 gun tuner plus a speed loader. So I will be making another video on this thing installing a straight pipe, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.